Welcome to a black screen, and then whoop, there should be image. So, welcome to New York, or well, a satellite photo of a certain part of New York that they then put building models on.
Why are you in New York? It's the worst city.
Not for skyscrapers.
Chicago's better.
Oh.
Yes.
Illinois has terrible gun laws. I can't live there. They won't let me open carry my Browning machine gun.
We have concealed carry.
Actually, you will find that in the city of Chicago, it is a may issue instead of a shall issue. So if the police don't like you, you don't get one. Any case, let's stop talking about that bullshit. Let me just quickly pause the game here. Welcome to Skyscraper Simulator, a game about building skyscrapers and nothing else. That is the entire gameplay.
And it's not Sim Towers.
Nope. There is really a minimum of interactivity in this game. You buy a plot, and then you build something on it, and then when you're done, you either sell the skyscraper or you rent the offices and the condos out to make enough money to buy another plot and build another skyscraper.
And we cannot not kill friendly talking with the previous tenants and say. So it takes all the fun out of building games like Constructor. Long time ago.
Yeah. Everything's terrible, basically.
Hey, sorry for disappearing like that.
That is perfectly okay, Dota. Feel free to disappear as much and as long as you like.
I just had to deal with some laundry.
Airing that dirty laundry.
Where shall we go?
Home insurance.
Let's go to Eldridge Street.
Eldridge Street is rather expensive, actually.
Like one New York plaza.
Get that bargain real estate. It can only go up, up, up.
I know, right?
Yes.
But yeah, basically you want to start in an area that's small, if at all possible, because small areas mean that you're wasting less space, so to speak, on your starting skyscraper. I also do like the area's home insurance plaza. Access costs outrageous. Positively outrageous.
Oh, if you need something small, then how about Worth Street?
Yeah.
How about 54 Worth Street? The problem is that costs 4 million euros, because they use euros in New York City.
In New York, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a little known fact.
This is Old York.
And we can see that location costs are high and access costs are a bargain, though, and that's good. Let's see here. You know what? Let's just go with 53 Worth Street.
Okay.
And here's the thing. The tutorial says, hey, guess what? Consider a land's rank, blah blah blah. If a skyscraper's icon is grayed out, you'll be unable to build this type of skyscraper. But, here's the thing. That was a feature that they scrapped, which means that you have to build the skyscrapers in order, tiered. So we can actually only build one kind of skyscraper.
Okay.
Are you going?
The one-man, one skyscraper policy.
Yeah. Now look at this brilliant user interface design here. We bought that plot and hey, it disappeared.
Not yet.
It's gone. Well, now what do? I can't click on it anymore. And then you go, oh wait, suddenly there's a tiny blue button at the bottom of the screen. Yep, that's where it's put.
Well, it's time to buy up all the rest of it, Arthur.
I just find this amazing that when you buy a plot, the plot disappears from the world map and is turned into a tiny blue button instead. Why would you do this? Any case, let us click on Construct, and then it brings up, which skyscraper design would you like? And then it turns out that you can only actually, build one of them.
Gothic, gigantic tower.
Burj Khalifa.
No.
40k.
Well,
Technology.
A reverse
Shadowrun.
skyscraper.
we can only construct
I want
one
Shadowrun
skyscraper, and We are actually running low on dosh already, so we're going to have to make some...
Okay, cheap Indian skyscraper.
Don't make it residential. Nobody can afford to live in a skyscraper in this economy.
I especially like if you minimal everything is just, you know, value class condos and it's 90% residential. We're basically building the tallest communist tenement in the US.
See, Arthur, we just need to make it out of wood. That'll save us some money, I think.
My god. Why didn't I think of this?
Bamboo.
We should...
Right.
Why 4 walls when 3 are enough?
I know, right? So, any case, as mentioned, we're going to have to compromise a bit here on quality and layout because we don't have all that much money. So, for example, what we can do is make it 90% residential, and then we say, hey, let's not actually make the office class anything at all, and you still get the same cash bonus from reducing that, despite the fact that only 10% of the building is offices. Slight oversight or just complete a design flaw? We leave this decision up to you, viewers. You have designed your skyscraper. Now you must go into construction site view. Yes, yes, let us do this. But oh no, you can't do it while I'm pressing the button. Why is there no button? Guess what? Because the button to go to construction view is in the lower right.
Ah.
And it doesn't care whether or not you have something selected.
It's 2010.
You know, Algrim,
We don't
I've
have
never
this.
understood the whole Nuzlocke thing.
Well, you will learn. So welcome to the construction site, yeah! And you know what, I'm just going to get rid of this tutorial, because I know this game. So let me tell you how it works. Basically, when you build a skyscraper, there are 3 phases. First, you need to excavate. Then you need to build the concrete foundation. And then you need to build the actual
Then you
tower.
need to... And then you need to deal with the Indian spirits.
Well, that's... we take care of that while doing the foundation. You know? Any case, so how do we excavate? Well, we do it like this. We go into our market over here to look at like Silly Samantha, Poopy Audrey, Crude Jaden,
Ooh, Jada!
and good old Silly Nicholas.
I like Small Robert.
Oh, Small Robert is in bad condition.
I think Mammoth Ann is the best bargain, though.
Just
Others
Condition
weekends?
bad means that they will break down a lot. Basically,
I see.
performance is how fast it will be able to work, and condition is how likely it is to just suddenly and randomly crash and burn.
yeah, hire narrow Olivia.
How about we hire Narrow Joseph? And Strong Christopher.
Narrow
Yeah, Strong
Joseph's
Christopher.
Bizarre Adventures.
And of course, Big Riley. Yeah, Big Riley. Now, it's going to take a while for those to arrive, so let's go into the administration site team settings here. We can see that currently we have 3 engineers, 10 foremen, and 35 workers on our payroll.
Those.
Yes.
Really?
We have a lot of people. Now, the administrative team is going to require 1 engineer, 1 foreman, and up to 10 workers, as we feel should assign. But we're not going to worry too much about that, because we have plenty of those. Now, each basically vehicle team will require 1 foreman, and can have up to 10 workers. So we can see here that we will have 5 vehicles, which means a total of 50 workers. So, you know what? Let's hire some.
Okay.
We have enough foremen already.
Just go with 7 workers for each, Arthur.
No. It cannot
Works
be
for
done.
dwarves.
The Union. The Union.
I thought we got rid of those.
You tried. You thought you defeated the Unions.
New York's their last stronghold.
Yeah.
And Chicago, I guess.
So in any case, first they will transport, that is, get to the building area. You can see that they're actually arriving. And then they need
Arthur?
to...
Didn't you just say that you need 50 workers?
I'm doing this slowly, okay?
You're going to have 45, Arthur.
Doing this slowly, don't I? 'Cause
Arthur, you have 20 million.
I want
Year.
to show off the mechanics.
Yeah. I love mechanics.
In any case, these guys will just stand around and do not much of anything for a while, but then hey, look at that! Now they're going. Now, each one is automatically assigned one worker, which gives us awful performance.
Oh.
So what we'll do is that I will hit plus on my keyboard to add more workers until we get excellent performance.
Do we really need excellent performance, though?
Yes.
No.
Yes, we do.
I've been told that when you're building a skyscraper, you should spare all expenses.
Let's see where that got you, I was about to say. Speaking of skyscrapers, can you guess when this game was released?
2001.
No, but
2010.
it was released in 2010, very good, but on what date?
I think we know.
November 9th.
Nope.
September 12th.
Almost.
No. They couldn't have.
Yeah, they did.
Oh. Well, that took balls.
They forgot.
They forgot,
Yep.
indeed.
God.
But yeah, this game about building skyscrapers was in fact released on September 11th. So, the Germans honoring their American allies, I suppose. Now we're going to put a few people on the administration team here. Putting people on the administration team is a good idea because it supposedly reduces costs. And as we can see here, we are... thing.
So
Expenses
what are the
building, 4 million.
Who
Who
knows?
knows?
I like those stretched textures on the sides of the holes.
But that's how we do it.
I like the square textures on the ground.
You're just envious that you can't make your own games. Why don't you do it better, TM?
Look at all this digging.
Yep,
I love
and that digging is going to go on for a while, I can say.
Yeah, you should speed things up a bit.
We will be excavating like hell. Oh hey, we're 3% done with this skyscraper.
Arthur, you need to make an example, Arthur.
I see. We're doing this San Andreas style, just burying one of the workers in a porta potty or something.
Only one excavator's working. Why is that?
Because it's broken down.
What the fuck?
Yep, despite being so incredibly reliable, it broke down.
Damn unions.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, because our maintenance crew is only one person, I realize. Maybe we should put a few more guys on that.
Uh-huh.
No. See,
Yeah.
they weren't working hard enough. So,
Daily whippings will be handed out.
we did what we had to do.
It had to be done.
Maybe we should get an engineer on the maintenance crew.
Engineers, jeez. They don't require one, look.
But they'll help.
No,
Yes,
you can't even assign them. They are not required, and thus we will not assign them.
Arthur, I'm glad that you're making the right decision here. Like, it's good to not listen to Buddy Ripple.
Here it comes.
Uh,
The Body Gripple Dotile rivalry, I was about to say. Well, it's a rivalry in one direction. The other guy is just shaking his head a lot.
Right, anyway.
this March, two men
We have to dig out the whole thing.
from America clash together.
The interesting
One
thing
person.
is that they dig up a shit ton of dirt, but the skyscraper's foundation will only occupy roughly 25% of this hole.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you dig a very, very steep hole in the ground, shouldn't you, secure the walls?
No.
So it hasn't been snowing much in December, I notice.
Well, you see, just off screen here, there's a giant tarp.
That blue is the tarp, Arthur.
Yes.
Let's see.
Or how is the ground in New York? Is it should
not
be
very nice.
wet ground.
Filled with
It
sewage.
is hardened by the tears of the millions who lived in abject poverty for the first 200 years of the city's existence.
Maybe I should ask my friends who moved to New York. Yeah, she is moving tomorrow.
Just call her up and, hey, when you arrive, could you dig up a piece of ground and just make a
Yeah.
soil analysis? It would really help.
Hopefully she has a lot of money.
I remember doing something like this when I was...
Well, her friend is.
And it's like, all this excavating is reminding me of when my father was expanding our house.
Excavation is slowly but surely completing, so we'll get rid of that financial report and we head to the market and order some concrete mixers ahead of time.
Why don't we just hire Ben with shovels?
Ooh.
Because they can't mix as much concrete.
You know what,
Man
Arthur?
is efficient.
We have too much money right now. Let's hire more
No,
workers.
we don't. We are going to have to pay a shitload more money before this is done, trust me.
Yes.
The important part is basically to try and ensure that by the time you move on to the...
Oh, you didn't hire Wet Isabella.
Oh,
Oh dear.
since
what a shame.
this came in chat, yes. Arthur, I don't know how it was in Sweden, but this year Europe had no winter.
Oh,
We did
I had...
quite a winter.
We know.
I've had consecutive snowstorms up here, but... Also, look at these guys over here just living dangerously. God damn. These guys got balls.
Welcome to the danger zone.
Shit. Right, so now we're basically going to assign everyone to either the foundation builder team or to handling the cement mixers. Meanwhile, we're going to sell off our diggers and the dump trucks since we will not be using them anymore. And
We bought
since
them
they...
instead of leasing them for some reason.
It is not entirely clear.
yeah, I didn't get much snow, Elkery, aside from those 2 or 3 days.
Because you dumped all of it on us.
While laughing.
Yeah, of course then, there were just people abandoning cars. And all the
Oh,
bars seemed a lot
America.
more crowded than usual.
Now, pay close attention to these wonderful little bars here. Basically, they should remain at near standstill, if at all possible. Because the closer the bars are to filling, the more efficient they are working. And if we, for example, now run out of concrete, that will be bad, because then the foundation workers won't have any concrete to work with.
No!
And then they will just sit around and go, ha ha ha, you're paying us to do nothing, asshole.
Wait, guys. Baneblade. Do you mean like the one from Warhammer? What?
Suddenly Baneblades.
Yes.
Let's just park some Baneblades over here. Look at these guys go. So yeah, foundation building is not very interesting really. You just watch this thing.
I don't think it's really that interesting in real life, so...
Can't we
Well,
just build
simulation.
that? That looks kind of cool by itself.
Interestingly
What a
enough,
monument.
did you know that a majority of workplace accidents during construction often happen during the foundation building?
People
that
trapped
makes
in
sense.
cement.
Well, among other things, there is a large number of just heavy machinery and mixers and things being transported up and down, and since you're not at the point where you are building, people are still feeling a bit, you know, it's probably not that dangerous. I'll be fine.
You know,
Sounds like you could sell a lot of useless safety equipment. That market.
Useless safety equipment, indeed.
Yes.
So next up, we're going to need a lot of transport trucks, like Wet Jack.
Arthur.
Partner,
You know
what
who
is...
I just? You know who I just remembered? Henry Holmes.
Glad you
Good for
didn't
you.
say John.
Does our workforce have enough turnover right now?
I'm sure.
I think you should only hire wet people.
How about the tiny Brooklyn?
Wait, but what about Giga Natalie? Giga Natalie. I'm sorry.
Soft Natalie.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my.
God! Why do the machines have porn names?
You just don't understand.
Oh, I thought this was the name of the
Girl.
people. in
We've
charge of
completed the
machines.
foundation. It's time for construction. And now we're going to have kangaroo cranes.
Oh, hey.
See, all the
Oh,
people
nice.
with tiny in their name just make me think of like 4-inch tall guys.
Now, the important thing here is to make sure that
Using
you
construction
basically
equipment.
keep an even pace, because the construction team needs to set up the steel skeleton, and then the concrete team needs to essentially build the building below them. You don't want the concrete floor team to catch up with the steel skeleton team, because then they will not be doing anything.
It's like getting the manga in time with the anime. You don't want a Dragon Ball Z situation.
Exactly.
Wow,
No way.
what a fantastic analogy, Patty Grapple.
It is, if you think about it.
If you think about it.
The people
Yes.
building the concrete will just be sitting there staring at each other, grunting,
Yeah.
while they wait for the steel skeleton to be built up.
And original
Right.
episodes.
Now, of course, the problem is that we are going to need a shitload of new workers, because this is where shit goes down, basically. Now we are actually constructing shit. And that means that we will need all 3 engineers, and we are likely going to need at least 100 workers to keep things rolling.
Which poses again the question:
100 minimum
are
wage.
there any building anime construction? I know there is a construction vehicle
Battle
game
construction vehicles!
for the PS2. For the PS2.
I remember this one game that was like you were constructing things on the PlayStation 1. I played it as a child, but I don't remember anything
City.
about it. Not that one.
Not that
Not
one,
that
he
one.
said angry. How dare you.
Yeah, but there are no construction anime.
I am aware of at least one manga that is about a construction worker, at least. Past that, I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, I thought for a second that all those cranes were just lasers being fired at the ground.
Great Foreman Onizuka.
Great Foreman Nanizuka, okay.
Well, he did work as a construction worker.
Yeah, but or an architect journal, like brilliant builder. I don't know.
Chuck.
Marty.
Brilliant builder
Hans.
Chuck Marty.
Yeah, he starts as a construction worker, and in the end, he is like the architect who rebuilds the World Trade
Twin
Center.
Towers. Yeah.
Yes.
Then he's caught up in the
everything
terrorist plots.
Now,
There we go, and now things are actually happening.
Ooh.
Though very, very slowly, I was about to say.
oh man, the skeleton turned red.
Yep, the cranes are marked with red for steel and, well, cream for concrete, for some reason.
Does that mean that when you destroy it, it'll just,
Come back again.
it'll just collapse into a puddle, then get back up a few seconds later?
I was gonna make
Unless you
that joke,
have the vampire killer.
but I didn't.
It was a pretty bad joke. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You
Go
should
into the corner.
apologize.
Look at that skeleton.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, The chat has turned into a white block.
Also, look at these trucks.
I don't know.
We're
This is a
keeping
pretty
things rolling here.
This is a pretty charming game.
It's pretty
Mm.
sexy.
The problem is, of course, that we have now literally done everything there is to do in the game, more or less.
I'd call it erotic.
But what about all the other? No, Buddy Ripple.
Oh,
But what about all the other kinds of skyscrapers we can build? Like that one
like war skyscrapers.
and the other one.
War skyscrapers, yes. Let me tell you about war skyscrapers and why they're amazing.
Man,
They don't exist.
I remember the.
How dare you?
I remember something from at Monty Python.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Monty
The only part of that
meaning
movie.
of life,
You're
the limited
thinking-
insurance.
Yes, the Crimson Permanent Assurance.
I couldn't watch that movie. Couldn't get through it.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I would post it in the chat, but the chat is a ghost.
Just a bunch of dummies. They don't deserve it.
I can't use the chat right now.
Probably need more
Yes,
concrete.
the chat.
All my stuff just crashed.
Yes, my flash also crashed, so I can't see the chat right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too, and
chat.
I'm like,
That's
I don't
weird.
think the chat's
Which
working
may-
for anybody at all.
Get your shit together.
yes,
Arthur.
Your PHP or what have you has a memory leak or something. I don't know how that
Actually, I
works.
think it's more of a Chatango problem in this case.
Oh.
You know,
Twitch
everyone
too.
everyone should go to the Twitch chat. I will post.
No.
Wait, can you post links in Twitch chat? I forgot.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna post that then.
Let's see. We are on budget so far, actually.
ooh. Can we build a
A
phallic tower?
A little cheaper, maybe. Yes, just a little cheaper.
It's not efficient.
Could you like
Yeah. Okay.
forget about the upper stages? Or
Arthur, you lied.
Look at these magical bricks and
Yeah.
how the plating just
My thing got deleted.
slowly rising
bricks?
up the facade.
You don't build a tower with bricks nowadays. Okay, I give up.
See, I was hoping you would get to design these skyscrapers.
No. That's way
Bring-
too advanced for this game.
Bringing up building with bricks, though, it'd be cool if there were like different time periods. Like you would
Oh,
build
skyscrapers, yes.
skyscrapers, old skyscrapers, and then you would build new skyscrapers.
I'm sure that they would be. I'm sure that if this was a hit, they would just add thousands of dollars of DLC. Just like
Yes.
Train Simulator.
It's time, they say. Are you prepared? Let's see, we need to move a few workers around here to make sure that the steel team actually gets the necessary resources in time. Basically, the entire difficulty part of the game is mixing and matching your workers so that they are working at a optimal ratio compared to each other. That's the entire game. There really is no more gameplay than that.
Shouldn't we be like buying insurance policies for all these workers and then
Tossing them
arranging
on the
for
side.
accident? Yeah.
Whoops. No, we're not doing
See,
that.
We just gotta take something from Henry Holmes's playbook, Arthur.
Do you get money back when you fire a worker?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, if it did, then that would be why.
Let's see, we're up to 17 million and construction is 74% complete, which means that we might be coming in on budget.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I kind of wish that we could do something with like brutalist architecture or something.
Then make the upper floors just top covered.
It won't let the rain in. We're done.
It's beautiful.
We're getting there. Interestingly enough, even after the skeleton is clearly finished, the steel skeleton team still has work to do. It's never quite explained what they're doing or where, but I'm sure they're earning their keep. I'm sure I should pay these guys hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because they're obviously doing something. Ah, here it comes. The antenna.
Oh.
The antenna that is one of the simplest fucking Blender models I've ever seen. Look at this.
Chet Tango is alive. Sort of.
Alive. Right, and the moment that the steel skeleton team finishes, we are going to pull all the workers off there and put them into the concrete floor team instead. And switch the crane over to get more concrete up here.
Okay. Soon.
That works.
Soon things will be alright again.
There we go. Time spent 1 year, 38 weeks, 1 day and 18 hours.
Wow, that antenna really is pretty bad.
It is pretty bad.
It,
Yep.
I tried to find something good about the antenna.
I tried, but it couldn't be done. So we hired 92 workers and laid off no one. Wow, look at us.
Well,
And now you get to
we
the
should have laid off
glorious
more people.
part where you get to look at your skyscraper a bit, if you like.
That somebody else designed.
Yeah,
like, shouldn't we have laid off
Can
those?
we jump on the skyscraper?
that is also the most boring fucking skyscraper ever made. Look at this thing, Jesus.
Wow. Like, I wish we had a better skyscraper.
I know, right? I too wish we had a better skyscraper.
Oh,
Alright, let's go
like,
back to the world map.
Why couldn't you be better,
I wouldn't
Arthur?
say it's not that bad. It looks a bit like a lighthouse.
And now we can rent it out.
Looks like-
I've seen better lighthouses.
It looks like a public housing project.
It almost does, doesn't it?
Wow. So when are we gonna be making money?
Now. Now we just sit around and wait for that wonderful, wonderful rent dough to roll in. We do this by putting the game at maximum speed and just waiting like idiots.
The chat has risen again,
It's rising again.
just like the
Almost
South.
You added enough yeast.
Let me tell you about yeast. I get a rise out of yeast. Any case, we now have access to
That
two...
joke was so stale, Arthur. I mean,
I'm sorry.
Oh wow! Look at that. That skyscraper looks even worse from far away.
Yes, because they don't actually add anything to the part of the plot where your skyscraper isn't. So what we have here is a skyscraper parked in the middle of a large grass field.
Green field. Like a shit-colored skyscraper in the middle of a field.
yeah, it isn't really in keeping with the general aesthetic
Not
of
really, no.
New York City,
Yes.
I gotta say.
Not
We created...
really.
Yeah. So are we done forever
Would
now?
look good.
No. Now basically we are making roughly 492,000 euros a month from keeping that thing rented out.
We're spending money.
Yep, we are actually making money. The
Being a
problem
landowner is very lucrative.
Yeah, I know, right? Once the skyscraper is fucking done.
Yeah.
The
Owning
problem
things
here, of course,
is pretty
is
nice.
that let's see here. I will just buy the cheapest plot, I think, so that we can get to work here, or maybe yeah, sure. Let's just get this. Because here comes the thing: the tier 2 skyscrapers, they start at 15 million
Uh-huh.
and 20 million, respectively. Of course, as we can see here, we can basically just lowball the shit out of these things and turn them into residential scrapers as well. And we might actually be able to pull it off. So we could, for example, build the Victorious Number 1 or the Invisible Sky.
That was definitely built by a foreign firm.
By a what firm?
Some kind of foreign firm. Taurus number 1.
Actually, let's just wait until we can max out everything on all these buildings, make them super decent.
Whoa, did we lose
Super decent is a good term. I like that.
Yes.
But yeah, we're slowly making money though, which means that now, interestingly, as time passes during the construction process, we will actually get some rent money in, which means that even if we can't technically cover the construction costs right now, we can actually catch up cash-wise, thanks to the rent that we are being paid as we build it. So the question is whether or not you're willing to just go in and take that risk.
We'll get bailed out.
Not in this game, you won't. Let's see, let me refresh the chat to see if I can bring it back to life, I was about to say.
No one's saying anything. And someone else posted a message that came after mine did, somehow. Yeah, I already posted that video, but no one responded or did anything, really.
Yeah.
It's pretty
You're,
sad.
you're just not interesting enough.
Lazy.
Like, chat.
We're not making enough money.
Why are all reviewers such dreary motherfuckers? Huh?
Dreary motherfuckers. Yes, that is the problem. So, any case, let's build a stupid skyscraper. Let's build a 215 meters high Victorious Number 1, for no other reason than because we can.
Wait, you can adjust how tall the skyscraper is?
Yes, you can make this model
Oh.
either 72 meters high, or 215. And apparently this doesn't matter, because
Make it,
the construction can just handle that shit.
Okay.
make it 1776 meters tall,
I can't.
because...
That is too tall.
It is impossible. I can make it 179 though, and that's just what I'm gonna do. And then you just basically pop in and hey, guess what we're going to do?
What? We're gonna
We-
build another skyscraper? That's kinda boring, again?
Yep, and we're going to do this by getting excavators.
Yeah, let's make this one an office building.
Nope, because offices are super expensive, like prohibitively expensive.
Okay, then after this one, let's save up some money and
Are we
build...
captains of the industry or are we socialists?
This is New York.
Why do you even ask? So you can also see here that your worker groups reset every time you start a project, so apparently you lay off everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, thank you for your struggles in our service, now get the fuck out.
Well, that's how it works here in the States,
In
Arthur.
America.
You see, by contracting everything, it's a matter of liability. You won't get blamed for anything.
See, we should have laid them off soon.
You're just sitting there smacking your teeth. Enjoying watching all these people work,
I'm making money.
building a skyscraper for you.
I had some pizza yesterday.
So this time we're
Probably-
using 3 excavators to make this
Oh.
shit go a little bit faster.
We should be more Wait, no, never mind. Forget it.
Never mind.
Forget it, Arthur.
Never mind forever.
I wish we could make better things.
We will never be able to make better things.
Wait, so he said something about playing Pokemon after this?
Who knows?
I do like, though, that apparently the financial report only takes into consideration the skyscraper you're currently at, so I have to click on the 53 Worsley skyscraper down here to actually tell if the rent we are getting is covering the expenses here. That would be sort of handy if that could, just be kept on a shared screen.
We're going to be scraping the skies forever, L3. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Basically, my plan is that we finish this one and then we just forget about this game forever.
We gotta build the skyscraper that will pierce the heavens.
Yep. Yep.
The Scraper of Babel.
We will build victorious number 1.
And that's how you win.
We shall
And
be
then-
victorious.
Halfway through, there'll be an earthquake, and all of our workers are gonna start speaking different languages.
I noticed there's a button that says control, and it's set to automatic.
Yes, you can put that shit to manual.
Wait, you can...
And you know
You
what?
can
You know what happens when you
play-
do that?
Hmm.
Then you have manual control over whether it's stopped or started,
Oh,
Is that,
and
is
that's
that
it. Yep. Which means that there is no point in it ever. Ever.
Man. God, I just remember one of the better simulators we did.
Oh. When
Yeah,
did
the
this
chaos.
happen, and why wasn't I around?
Remember that spooky bus simulator?
That was actually
That-
pretty
With the
good,
cool glasses.
And it seemed like it just felt like a horror game. Yeah.
yeah. Great.
See, I told you we did at least
Walking
one
around
good-
at night in New York City. Getting lost because there was no map and no objective marker. The spookiest game ever made. Lost in the New York night, the game.
And then we went to where we were supposed to meet that guy, and he wasn't there.
And then we found him somewhere completely different. And then just as we were allowed to actually... Whoa, those things were completely flying there for a moment. When we were finally allowed to actually drive a bus, the game crashed. It was good times.
And I remember a lot of jokes about, like, the bus of Tendalos.
They were the best of times, I was about to say.
Yeah, are you gonna lay off all these crane dudes? Or not cranes.
apparently they can do everything, so...
Yep, these are super workers. They have licenses for every tool that you could ever hope to find.
Oh.
These things just go burn, burn over and over again. Because it says, oh no, you don't have enough foremen. I do, actually. The problem is that foremen are currently employed in vehicles that we are not using. Shit. Video games.
Wow, this skyscraper's foundation seems pretty wide.
Well, that's because it's a long building.
Mhm.
It should be... Like, we should just double this entire thing. We need more
Double.
building.
As noted, I do find it sort of amusing that you dig this giant hole, and then you don't actually do much with it.
Well, that's
You
what
could.
we
you
did
could
when
ma-
we were
You
expanding.
could make a mode for your skyscraper.
Interesting.
Or build some palisades.
And now apparently the foundation is sinking into the ground.
You can make a plaza.
Guys, wait. Guys, no, stop. Guys, what are you doing? No!
They're burying.
Everything is going wrong. Oh dear.
Make something in from
Who knows? Maybe that's how you do it.
Well, I'm more concerned with the fact that half of the foundation is now covered in dirt, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I just don't understand how these things are supposed to go. Maybe I am the fool.
Yeah, I think you just don't get skyscrapers, Arthur.
I think you don't understand just sloppily applying a terrain map over the model.
You don't.
I think a
skyscrapers do.
ice worm is eating our
An ice worm. Yes.
a spice worm.
Fucking spice worms, bro. Alright. Time to hire more teams, more peoples. It's time to go. Come on, do the Mario.
And you don't need to get around to playing.
Yes.
I only get the highest quality cranes. Like Quiet Gabriel. And Giga Zachary. Wow, Giga Zachary, that is a brilliant name. That is an anime if I ever heard it. Apparently I managed to get the worker balance just right, so we are doing super well in terms of finishing the foundation. There we go, it's already finished. Alright, foundation builders, stop working right now and instead go over to the concrete floor team and such. When you feel like it, I guess. These guys, get to work on that steel skeleton. Need that shit. Brrr. Hire more
Seems-
foremen, assholes.
We're pretty stable as far as
Come
money,
on,
it
then,
seems.
Arthur.
Yep.
It's really important to be able to see nipples.
Nipples.
In a skyscraper simulator.
Most of my life is spent trying to figure out how to see nipples.
Look down, buddy people.
My god, it was so simple all along.
I had both my nipples bitten off. 'Cause I was pretender to the throne.
It ain't easy. I just immediately think that
Buddy Gribble will never be King Nibbles now.
Yeah. Just think of that one actor who has 3 nipples. I always forget his name.
It's not too uncommon.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly common when you look at the statistics. It's something like 7% of people who have vestigial nipples. It's just that they are generally not actually recognizable as nipples, and they're usually placed in places where you would least expect them, I was about to say.
I gotta become a plastic surgeon and then spread that around. So that people come to me to have them removed.
Do you have a 3rd nipple? How do you know? Maybe you are a disgusting freak of nature. We recommend
That's how
that
you
you
do it.
swing by right now, before it's too late.
Yeah.
Before it's too late.
Yep,
Before your 3rd nipple grows.
just
And-
assumes direct control.
Now this sounds like a bad Stephen King novel.
Buddy Gribble's just gonna remove everyone's
Nipple.
nipples and add them to himself.
Remove nipple.
I'll collect all the nipples.
You'll be like those South Korean plastic surgeons that just have pieces of jawbone in a bowl, only it's just a bowl full of nipples.
No, he's gonna put the nipples onto his body.
Slowly but surely grafting them on. I will be the nippliest. Every time it's called out, he specifically just slides up to his nurse and goes, "Well, I have to say, it feels a bit nippy." And she
He
just
becomes-
shivers uncontrollably, but she can't escape, because he's holding her nipples hostage.
Yes.
That's some
He
body
becomes-
horror if I ever heard it, though. It's a person made entirely of nipples.
I think I fought that in Resident Evil 6
Yeah.
yesterday, though.
That's actually what Buddy Gribble is. He's just
A pile of nipples.
Hi.
No, you see, I am a nipple.
A consciousness pile of nipples.
Would you really call Buddy
A
Gribble
war
conscious?
that began The conflict over the transfer of consciousness from flesh to nipple has raged for 10,000 years.
We
People
found the
just-
Republic of Nipland.
That's a bit racist, but okay.
Oh yeah. Shit. Sorry. Hey,
Out.
Hey,
Go in the Tumblr shame.
it happens.
the Tumblr
nipple
corner
list.
of shit.
Your nipple list.
Oh dear.
I remember,
The English
I remember
language
those.
The English
I re-
language is inappropriate, I was about to say.
I remember those.
Now let's look on Tumblr
types.
for nipple
I thought-
ableism.
I
And
thought
how they're
Nip
like-
was derived from Nippon, so it's not that bad. I'll be the judge of what is.
And, I mean, the N-word is devised from negro, which means black.
Oh.
Spanish, so technically
just think about
speaking.
You know,
You're not really treading on thick ice here, I have to say. You might wanna...
just fall through, Betty Gripple.
Don't tie there with the support. as
Never
usual.
come back.
Please disappear through a hole in
Okay.
the ice.
Okay, I
remember
searched
playing-
for Tumblr and nipple. Visiblenipple.tumblr.com.
Oh
Oh.
dear.
Nipple slip lovers. ChrisBrownsNipples.tumblr.com. Christoph hating butt nipple. Nipple sitter.
Nipple
You've
stuff.
heard Nipple Factory Incorporated. Nipple
You-
salad. Pierced male nipples.
You know,
P.S. Nipples.
my sister had a Tumblr.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else.
My sister had nipples.
She probably does. But anyway,
Have you checked?
no. I prefer not to look down my younger sister's shirt.
See, this is what puts you apart from a Japanese anime protagonist and why you will never have a magical alien princess fall into your lap.
Yes. Or a sister that can only be cured with incest.
Oh dear.
Yes.
What was that about
One
thin
was
ice?
Justin Bieber sucks on stripper's nipple.
My sister just had a Tumblr where she put googly eyes onto video game covers.
Good shit. I approve, I was about to say.
I don't have a Tumblr.
Well, see, that is why you are a non-person. This is why you're not getting a job, Body Gripple, because you don't have a Tumblr.
You know,
I've
putting
given up
the
You
my
guy-
nice
need to
job.
put
I'm gonna-
yourself out there.
I'm gonna make my own money.
Just
I
With your
think you will
nipples.
find this is a federal crime, but
Buddy
Oh.
Gripple.
Not if it's
And-
Bitcoins.
and Bobby. Mount Gox is
Buddy
down.
Gripple. Oh yeah, how is the Magic the Gathering card exchange going?
Going is the wrong word.
I told you guys you should have sold short.
I don't
You're rich
even
by now.
have Bitcoins because they're basically useless.
But here's the thing, did you know that Japan is actually going to commission a committee for the regulation of Bitcoin? Which means that Bitcoin might actually become a accepted vendor currency in Japan.
On the other hand,
legitimizing it.
It was made for the express purpose of a conspiracy involving buying drones and assassinating political leaders.
I mean, yeah, that's all Bitcoins are really good for. Illicit drugs and assassination. Seriously.
And dried strawberries.
That too.
Yes!
They look kind of
Yes.
nasty.
How dare you. Don't mess with my dried strawberries.
Oh, it's like dried strawberries are fine, but the dried strawberries they make using the, like, Bitcoin mining machines or whatever the fuck just don't look good. Don't
Oh,
like.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yep, they give off a
It
bunch of
was
heat.
around from the captains of the industry.
Here's a pro tip for all you miners out there. Why don't you make some dried strawberries with your machines while you're at it.
Okay.
I do have 20 dog coins.
Dogecoin is best
Wow.
coin.
It's like any time you use Bitcoin, it doesn't have to like check the transaction with everything else on the network. Which is just really inefficient.
Yes. www.botcoin.com. They're And now I'll post in the chat a picture of the Bitcoin strawberries.
Oh, let's see here. Hey, look at that. Money spent 9.4 million. We're only a couple of million over budget. It's like we're a real company.
Okay,
There we go. The victorious number one.
Oh,
It
hey.
is-
Oh hey, it has a helipad.
It has two helipads actually right next
It's
to each
not
other.
even a hospital.
Wow.
This is one hell of a ugly, boring building. Jesus Christ.
You know what else we often have two of?
Nipples.
Now, the problem is that since we built it in a part of town that has shitty location costs, we can't actually ask much rent for it.
You know, all those materials next to the building just look like a slum.
The building slum. At least this thing looks a bit more like a skyscraper. If you position the camera just right, it actually looks like it almost might be a thing that could stand there. Like, let's see, we do it like this, maybe? Yeah. At this particular camera angle, it almost looks like it could potentially be there.
Wow,
Just this
that,
random 179 meter ugly piece of black and steel shit in the middle of a apartment building quarter. Because, why not? Why not?
But hey, we're making money.
We're making crazy money. And since there's no upkeep, basically, once you build even a single skyscraper, you won. You can
Yeah.
just put the game to maximum speed and have it running in the background for 2 days, and hey, guess what? You are now a billionaire. You can build whatever the fuck you want.
Just like real life.
Ho ho! It prints money! However, it seems that we've actually now unlocked more properties thanks to being such cool
one
people.
New
Arbitrary
York.
progression.
Yep, and now we have a new set of building types.
Elker is just that one character from that fighting game who has like hair that is also mouth.
Amelia Rage.
I was thinking of someone else.
Are you thinking of the lady from Skullgirls?
Yeah,
Yeah, Philia.
yeah, them.
Amelia
Yeah.
Rage.
I don't think that's her name, but
I only played it for like half an hour, and that was because
Let's
there was
see
a
here.
free weekend.
I'm curious what buildings we can build here now. We can build the invisible sky like previously. We can also
Okay,
build the veiled horizon
And we can make twin
And-
towers.
and the day forest. The day forest, okay. I see.
Wait a second. Wait 1 second. Weren't we supposed to be done after this?
Yes, we are. I was just curious what the
Oh.
next tier of skyscrapers look like, since I've never gotten this far in the game before.
Oh,
Since this is the second time I actually start the game.
Day Forest reminds me of the Pinal Falls Casino from Just Cause 2.
Which is based on a real building.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep, they're both based on the same building. So yeah, let's super save our game. And oh wow, I don't even get to name my game. And oh hey, look at that. Apparently we have completed 3 out of 10 plots, because there are only 10 plots to build on in the entire game.
I
But
can
that's good to know. Great.
Yeah,
Cool.
good job. 30% completion, Arthur.
Yeah. Well, catch us next time for part 2 of this 100% run Skyscraper Simulator, I guess.
No.
Simulate all
Arthur,
the
just leave it
skyscrapers.
open in the background so you can get loads of money to max out all of your skyscrapers and build them perfectly.
I will do that between streams, I think. Right now, though, it's time for something completely different. And I hope that you
Completely
all
different, like Pokemon.
punch Dota in the face, is what it's called. It's a good game. It,
Like,
it requires flight tickets, though, so everyone, I've mailed them to you. They should have arrived this Friday.
I mean, I thought that was what you were talking about doing.
See you all in Oregon.
Indeed.
You know, this is completely unrelated, but I've actually just got, like, Whipple's knife next to my computer.
What?
Like, Whipple. My great-great-great-grandfather, the... You know,
Woman
the
Gotai.
bad captain.
Oh.